So what we were discussing is the DC to DC converter. What's the DC to DC converter? It is a device that steps up or steps down a DC voltage. Then we had the introduction of the buck converter. What's a buck converter? That steps down the DC voltage. So here is a more practical circuit for DC to DC converter. What we have over here is a input DC voltage. We have a load over here, and then we have a switch over here. This all we have discussed previously also. What we have added is the inductor. So why we have added inductor over here? Usually in converter we have a filter with the output. Okay, why we have filtered the output? To remove the ripples. So due to that filter, we may have a current spike at the load when the switch is closed. To prevent that current spike, we have added the inductor. So now what will happen when the switch is closed? The current will gradually rise due to the presence of this inductor. Okay. But now again we have a problem. When a switch is closed, the inductor is charging. Okay. And when we open the switch again, first we close the switch, inductor is charging, and when we open the switch again, due to the inductor's current momentum, we may have a spark at the switch. And what will be the value of that spark? L di by dt. Okay, to avoid that spark, what we have done, we have added a freewheeling diode over here. So now we will see the working of this circuit. When the switch is closed, we have positive over here, negative over here. When a switch is closed, we have positive at this point. Due to this positive, the diode will be reverse bias and current will start building across the inductor and the voltage will appear across the load. Now when the switch is open, let me remove this. But now when the switch is open, we have negative over here. The diode will be forward biased and the inductor current, the energy stored in the inductor can pass through this path. So we have two modes over here. One, when the switch is closed, the current is going like this. And when the switch is open, the current is moving like this. Okay. So when the switch is on, the current flowing through the inductor rises gradually with the slope. Okay. What will be the value? VL is equal to L di by dt. What will be the VL? On the left side we have V input, on the right side we have the V output. So VL will be V input minus V out. If you rearrange, we have this formula. dL dt is equal to V input minus V output divided by L. So what is dt? dt is the time for which the inductor is charged. So what is that time? That is the on time. dt is the on time during which the inductor is charged. So what we have replaced? We have replaced T on with dt. We have replaced dt with T on. And what is this positive shows? Positive shows before the switch is open. Okay, before the switch is open is represented by positive. So what will the formula become? Del IL, okay, let me remove this one. So what is the formula now? When a switch is on, or when switch is on, or we can say when the switch is closed. So del IL positive is equal to V input divided by V output divided by L into T on. Okay. And what is T on? Duty cycle into time period. That formula we have discussed in the previous lesson also. So that is the working when the switch is closed or when switch is on. What happens when the switch is off and when we open the switch? So as we have discussed in the rectifier also, that we have two types of mode. We have a constant current mode or a discontinuous current mode. So again here also we have, when a switch is open, we have two types of mode. We have the constant current mode and we have a discontinuous current mode. In the continuous current mode, when will the continuous current mode will happen? When if the inductor value is large. Okay. If the inductor value is large, the energy stored in the inductor will not be fully discharged, and the next cycle will become and it will start charging again. So what does it mean? That the current through the inductor is continuously flowing. Firstly, due to the source, and during the off time due to the energy stored in the inductor. So in the continuous current mode, the current is always flowing through the load. But in the discontinuous mode, if the inductor discharges completely, the current will goes to zero. Okay. And again, when the switch is closed, the inductor will charging again. The inductor will charge again. So here we have two different modes of operation. We will study this separately. If you see in the graph, what we have, when a switch is on, phenomena is same for the both. This is for continuous current and this is for discontinuous current mode. Okay, the inductor is charging to a value, but in continuous mode, what we see that when we have the off period or when the switch is open, the inductor discharges but not completely, because inductor is of high value. So inductor does not discharges completely. It discharges to a value over here, and again the next cycle becomes and it charges again. So continuously like this the current is flowing through the load. Okay, like this the current is flowing through the load. But what happens in the discontinuous mode? In discontinuous mode, the inductor charges during the on period, then it discharges and it goes to zero. Then we have zero and then it charges again. So this is basically a discontinuous mode. These two modes we have discussed in detail when we were studying the rectifier. So I hope these concepts are clear to you. Okay. So let's move towards the mathematical expression for the two modes. So when switch is open or switch is off, what is the formula for the inductor voltage? VL is equal to L di by dt. What is VL? Vs minus V input. So when the switch is off, V input goes to 0. So our formula becomes like this. dL by dt is equal to 0 minus V output divided by L. Also, you can realize this formula when the switch is open. Okay, because the inductor will oppose this instantaneous change. So what will happen? The inductor will reverses its polarity. So because of that reversal of polarity, we have this negative sign over here. You can realize this formula from both point of view. Simply V input goes to 0. Again, if you V input goes 0, so formula becomes dL by dt is equal to minus V out divided by L. And other way to realize this, because the inductor opposes the instantaneous change, it will reverse its polarity. So because of this, we have dL by dt is equal to minus V out divided by L. When you apply KVL, you get this one. So dL by negative is when after the switch is open. So what is now dt? Dt in the previous one, dt was T on, and here dt is T off. So what is T off? T off is 1 minus duty cycle of time period. Duty cycle is the time period during which the load is connected with the input. So what is the off period? Time period, how much duty cycle, what is the maximum value of duty cycle? 1. So 1 minus the time period during which the load is connected with the input. So 1 minus d into t. 1 minus duty cycle into time period is basically the T off. So here is the formula. In steady state, the rise in the current in the on state must match with the fall in the off state. That leads to this following condition. So del IL negative, del IL positive should be equal to 0 in the steady state. So what we have, V input is equal to, by putting the values of DIL positive, DIL negative, we get V input is equal to V output is equal to V input into duty cycle. And this we also have proved previously also. So by varying the duty cycle, we can vary the output. Again, I repeat this. By varying the duty cycle, we can vary the output voltage. So this is for continuous current mode. If we go to discontinuous current mode, the things get more complicated because the current drops to 0. So we cannot use the off time. Okay. In the previous, what we have used the off time, but here we cannot use the off time. Okay. Because we don't know after which time the current, the inductor completely discharges. So for that time period during which the inductor completely discharges, we have used a value of lambda over here. Okay. Lambda is the time during which the inductor discharges completely. Applying the same method, dl negative is equal to minus V out divided by L into lambda of t. In CCM it was T off, but here we don't know the time. So what we have done, we have replaced it by lambda. And by applying that same steady state condition, we have this formula. So lambda is the fraction of time when the inductor current drops to 0. This mode of operation is undesirable and usually avoided by proper choice of chopping frequency or suitable value of the inductance. Usually the DCM, discontinuous current mode, is avoided. And when we have the discontinuous current mode, what we do, we replace, either we change the switching frequency or either we change the value of the inductor. So we will not go for this discontinuous current mode. We will usually have continuous current mode.